All right, I've been messing around. Let's see here. So I talked in the last video, part one, how I'm going to be flipping manifolds. And obviously, like I said, I want to keep AC. This side, it's really whatever. I can figure it out. All I need is an alternator. So if I have to move it up top, so be it. If I move it there, if I have to modify this a little bit by angling it down, a little different, it's better. Not a big deal. But I've been messing around using the stock manifold. This is what a lot of people do, is they'll flip these and go around, but literally your AC compressor is like right here. So that's not going to be an option. So let me show you guys what I got planned. Okay, so as I said again in the previous video, these are the 2UZ thing, cheap eBay header things, whatever. So this is my idea. So I'm going to get these cut around here, cut here, cut here. So I just have the flange, just have the pipes, the tubes, whatever you want to call them. Then I'm going to come over here and rock them this way. Rock them all up so I can get them all up here and go this way, if that makes sense. Because let's look at the car. Light, 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 light. Okay, so as you can see, if I rock all those up, I can get it to come this way and then around. So that's the goal, because that's the only way I see how to do it. Or if I go like, just have that one same note, don't flip the manifolds and have them go into collector and then come up front, but then I have to go another, the pipe, the exhaust has to go back that way, and it's like double pipes going in and out and all around. I think this option will be best, because that way that side will be stay simple, turn it around, put some V-band clamps on it, and then this side I just need to modify that one header and try and get it, here's the header, if I get it, tilt it this way and around. Yeah, so first things first is to cut around here just with the grinder, and probably it is welted on the inside. I think I'll just cut straight down with the angle grinder and get all the tubes free. That one working with a flange and all these tubes, and worst case scenario, I have to buy some more of this size tube and I could build my own thing around, but I think with what I have here I can get enough to work. So let's get her cut. Alright, the tubes are cut and this is the plan. So here's the flange, and we're gonna have all the tubes. They originally were like this, and we're gonna turn them all up. That way it can go over the AC compressor, but turning them up doesn't give me enough room for like this little one. I need some more tubing. So what I did was I bought another set of these. They're like $100, which is literally cheaper than, if not the same price as buying tubing here. That's stainless steel, same size diameter, with a 4-inch collector. It's cheaper just to buy another set and then use the collector, because I lost the collector that originally went to this. So I bought another one of those. Those will be here in a few days. I'm just going to use it for the tubing, and it's already pre-bent, which is nice. So I don't know, do something where all of these tubes are angled up now. This one will come out over here, and then I have my tubing for the ones I need to extend, and then put them into the collector and put it over here. So I'm waiting for that to come in. I took off the passenger side header, the one that I didn't need to modify to bolt it up, and it's going to need to be modified. So you can see the engine's a little crooked, and it's also jacked up with the floor jack. I had to take off all the studs to get it on, but as you can see, that's going to hit the frame rail. But I think this one should be an easy fix. I just need to go like under this one along. I'll show you what I'm thinking when I get the header back off. So it hits right there where that sticks out. So I'm thinking of running this instead of like coming out like that, trying to keep it underneath here. So trying to go more here instead of like around this one. Trying to go here. So first thing I'm gonna need to do is at least cut this off at the flange and cut probably, I mean the other hard part is if I cut here, dude, I don't think I can get the TIG welder back there. So I'm going to sit and think about this one, but definitely cutting it there. Not sure yet here. Okay, because cutting it here and modifying it here is too complicated and I can't weld, I'm going to cut all the flanges off, or all of the tubes off the flanges, and then just cut them a little bit shorter, probably a little more than that what that mark actually is. Cut them a little shorter and then weld them back on, and that will suck it in a little bit. Then I might even end up cutting these ones a little bit more and then kind of angle them so it's all shifts this side in a little bit more, because all I need is like ½ an inch maybe. So if I take off about ½ an inch on each of these and then tilt it in, then that should give me the clearance I need, but we're gonna find out. Cut at the flange. All right, so now I'm going to cut them yay on all of them. Okay, I got the flange bolted on, and then I cut the runners just a little bit, about ½ an inch. Now it fits. Kind of hard to show, but as you can see, there's room now. Can't get it perfect, but yeah, so I think it's good to go. I just need to make sure everything's cut on the same plane of those runners, and the motor's back in straight, so I think it's going to clear no problem. Got the flange back down to smooth. I'm going to tack weld these and then put them back on, make sure they fit, and then fully weld the whole thing. Got it re-welded at the flanges. Not the prettiest welds in the world, but they're good, they're solid. So let's bolt it on now, and cross our finger, it still fits. All right, the new headers fit. It is tight, but they do fit, and the motor's straight again. But now that the motor's straight, the alternator is hitting down here. So new plane of attack for that is, I originally had the alternator mounted here. This stud that went out right here with that spacer or bolt or whatever, and then just put it over here. But the issue with that is obviously it hits the frame. So I'm going to build a plate that goes between these two and bolts there, with a bolt welded on this backside that comes out, and then so the alternator can sit here to pull it in just a little bit from that frame, because it would fit. It was just resting against it, which I don't like. So putting it in here should give me enough room to hopefully clear the frame. So just kind of this little plate, metal steel plate. Gonna cut that out. And then that's just gonna bolt right there. And then drill the holes and then weld the bolt to it. This one right here. So it's gonna stick out right around here. So yeah, hopefully this works this time. Okay, so I think the last thing I showed was I was gonna build a bracket here, and then weld a stud on it. That's not gonna work because putting the stud here didn't allow the alternator to fit. Right, so I cut this bracket out here. I think maybe I showed this, maybe not. If so, whatever. Going here, and it didn't fit because of where the alternator just is. So come up with this. Kind of weird. I don't know. Basically moves the stud over. Goes bolts there, bolts down there, and then the stud from the alternator goes here. It's just a nut welded on. Then it'll have that aluminum spacer, but it's going to need to be cut shorter. So hopefully, let me bolt it all in and make sure this fits, and I'll show you what that looks like. So it's going to look something like that. That bolt needs some threads cut off of it, but honestly, way more solid than I thought for it only being one of the mounts. So let me get the alternator in. Okay, it's on. pulleys are pretty kind of lined up. So that spacer is going to need to be shortened and put around the stud. But it clears now. It's got some room. It's hard to tell, but there is room. And if worst case, I mean, not worse, but I could always kind of lift it up. And then there's plenty of room. It's hard to tell because it's how it is in these AC lines, but that fits good. Happy with that. So everything's clearing. All right, the last thing I filmed was this side clears and everything's pretty much good. I just need to shave that spacer now. So I came over to this side and took off the stock manifold, and I bolted the flange on. Let's see, there we go. The flange that I cut from a few clips ago, that was on this motor. And so kind of just seeing how everything's gonna fit until the next set of headers come, which should be today, so I can get my collector and some more tubing. But yeah, so let's see, somewhere around there. 1 second, let's do this. Kind of like that, I guess. Well, that one's gonna need to be higher. Not sure, but trying to figure out how all these are gonna sit so I can put them into their collector. And yeah, this is the challenging side, but I don't think it should be too bad. Whoops. Okay, I got the first runner back there, ran, clears everything. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but it clears everything. It's barely tacked on there. Trying to figure out where the next one's gonna go. Probably somewhere right there. And then the next one will go somewhere right here, sticking up here. And the last one is probably going to be the hardest one. So trying to figure out how to run that one exactly, but I'm just going to work from the back up. So yeah, but kind of see where it's going to be coming. So that one comes down there. This one's going to be going over the top, and then coming right here, and then down, and then to the turbo. I think I'm going to pick up a turbo this week sometime. The guy gets back to me, but yeah, so just waiting for more parts to come up, and then I'll probably tack this one on too, just in place. So yeah, I got the other set of manifolds, and I cut the same side off, so it'd be the driver's side. Cut it apart, so I got just a whole bunch of extra tubes laying around and some pre-bent stuff, which is nice because I don't have to bend anything or do like weird pie cuts or anything. And then over here I got the collector I needed. I still need to get that out of there, but I got the collector I needed. Yeah, so I'll show you the manifold so far. It needs some more tweaking. This is like using the combination of the two. It's coming out right there, but as you can see, let's see, it's hitting the frame rail right there with that one right there. It's coming up and then hitting the frame rail. So basically from here I got a pretty decent idea, and so it kind of just looks like I need to shorten everything just a little bit, just shorten it all, cut it on the flange side, because all of them are flat, but there's that third one down there. It's really hard to see. I think, yeah, you can see there's that gap on that flange, so that one needed to be tweaked anyways. So I'll just cut all the flanges a little bit shorter, closer to the header, and that'll pull all four of those closer. And then I'm not sure yet The collector might not fit right here, like with the AC compressor and everything, or it might be weird. I'll see, but if it doesn't, I'll extend these out to like here. Obviously that one's gonna get cut and then go to the collector. But yeah, I'll show you what the manifold looks like afterwards. All right, we have the manifold pretty much done. I'd say the hard part is done with it. So let me show you the manifold. So sits like that. Sits like that on the head. Some of the welds aren't the best, but kind of weird. But the inside's pretty good. Got the inside pretty good. I'm gonna weld some more on the inside to smooth it out, and then just I got my Dremel with this bit, and I was kind of smoothing it out with that. But my head hurts from welding, so yeah, I'm gonna take a break from it. But it should be easy. Just it's welded all the way around. It just needs to I just want to clean it up, you know, just heat it up and smooth them out a little bit. But yeah, they actually came out pretty good. So I need to get this collector on. This is the next thing I need to do. And I think I need to cut, and I'm gonna cut off this O2 sensor bung and move it farther down, like down here somewhere. Kind of depends where this lays up while that's bolted on. So let me bolt this on, show you guys where it sits. It's really close to the head. I wish I would have made it a little farther, but it works. It's no big deal. So yeah, let me bolt this on real quick. All right, so that's how it sits. As you can see, close to the, sorry, yeah, it's close to the head. So with the collector, so it clears. It's really close, but again, the whole motor is moving together. But I think I'm gonna weld it so this flange is turning down, so like that, and then cut off that O2 sensor bung and weld it up here or somewhere not right there, because obviously you can't get the sensor there. And then this is hitting the head a little bit. So, and this needs to be cut flat. It's just kind of whatever when I grinded it off. So cut that flat, cut those, all those tubes flat. And then I need to get this collector on. But the headers are done now. Now it's just time for the rest of the exhaust. So manifold's done. As I showed previously, alternators remounted. So yeah, should be getting a turbo hopefully soon. There's a guy that's kind of weird at responding. So if he'll just respond to me, because he said he was available, and then I asked him to come, and then he just doesn't respond. So he's really slow responding. So hopefully I can pick up this turbo, because it's a good deal, and it's the size I need or I want. Yeah, for the car, my power goals, I'm right inside of the compressor map range. Not the max efficiency, but I'm still in a good, I think it's like 74% efficiency range or something. It's good enough efficiency for the price of the turbo is. Because turbos are expensive. So yeah, so stay tuned for the next one, which will be, I don't know, whatever's next. Probably CDO9 swap, but who knows.